In this 200th episode of this podcast, I want to talk today about milestones and how they are related to the life of faith. Stay tuned. Hello, friends. Pastor Tim Westermeyer here, Senior Pastor of St. Philip the Deacon in the western suburbs of Minneapolis. Good to be with you all. We took a little bit of a week off after Memorial Day and some other issues, complications, good things in my schedule, so it's good to be back with you. I hope this finds you all well. I have on my mind today milestones, and as we're recording this, a couple of things have just happened both in the world and in my own life, closer to home, that are definitely related to milestones. One is the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, 70 incredible years on the throne in England and Great Britain, an astonishing milestone, just hard even to conceive of. So I have not been able to see some of the coverage of that. I'm looking forward to looking it up when I have a little more time. But that's one of the milestones that just is on my mind. The other has to do with the college that I went to. I graduated a number of years ago now, but among other things, I played in the orchestra at St. Olaf College in Northfield, Minnesota, and a man named Steve Amundsen just retired this past weekend after 41 years on the podium of that incredible organization. We may link actually to a video of, there was a final concert of the orchestra and then an alumni orchestra gathered, which my wife Amy and I participated in. We both played in the orchestra under Steve's baton, and it was something like, 430 or 440 instrumentalists performing for about 45 minutes. It was a ton of fun, and again, we'll link to a video, but congratulations, Steve, on your retirement, and well done, good and faithful servant. So I'm thinking about those milestones, and I'm also thinking about a milestone with this thing, not nearly as impressive, by the way, as 41 or 70 years, but this is our 200th episode, which is something to speak about, I guess. And it got me thinking, all of those things together got me thinking about a book. I may have talked about this in the past. I honestly can't remember, but it's by a pastor and author named Eugene Peterson, called A Long Obedience in the Same Direction. And it is what prompted my thought about this was actually there was a wonderful video that Steve Amundsen was part of for this retirement celebration. And in that video, he talked about how, the 41 years happened not because he was thinking of 41 years, but because he was focused every day. I'm paraphrasing here, by the way, but he was focused on just doing his work. Doing the work of preparing the orchestra, of planning the concerts, of encouraging and supporting the college students who are part of that ensemble. And before you know it, you have 10 years, and then 20, and then 30, and then 40 under your belt. And the point of this book is in kind of a similar vein. Peterson is lifting up or focusing on a certain set of the Psalms from the book of Psalms, Psalms 120 through 134, which are known as the Psalms of Ascent. And they were psalms that pilgrims would sing or say as they made their way to Jerusalem for festival days. And the book gets its title from a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche, who is not maybe a fan of Christianity, but this Peterson says he got right. And here's what he says. This is again Peterson quoting Nietzsche. The essential thing in heaven and earth is that there should be a long obedience in the same direction. And I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here, which creates results and has always resulted in the long run in something which has made life worth living. A long obedience in the same direction, focusing on the tasks at hand. And even if those tasks seem boring or mundane or trivial or repetitive, that is ultimately what accomplishes things and leaves in the end a lasting legacy. On this same spread that I just read that quote from, Peterson talks about all of the things that work against a long obedience in the same direction in our culture. And this was written quite a while ago, and this is more true today, I think. But things like novelty, or a desire for the latest and the newest, or today's passion for the immediate and the casual. Everyone is in a hurry, he talks about. He says that we're looking for shortcuts. We're impatient for the high points. None of that is how the life of faith works, he's saying. And I would commend this entire book. It's a wonderful reminder, again, of focusing on the basics. And, we're a tradition, the Lutheran tradition is a tradition that emphasizes in a big way grace, that God loves you no matter what, that there's nothing you can do that will make God love you more, and there's nothing you can do that will make God love you less. One of the sort of challenges of that approach is it sort of makes us think sometimes, oh, well, then I guess there's nothing I need to do. But it is possible to exercise our muscles in this life of faith. And I'll lift up just a few things if you're looking for how you can live with a long obedience in the same direction. There are 5 things I'll lift up quickly here. Maybe we'll come back to these another time. But they are: pray every day, worship every week, be part of a worship, in other words, be part of a faith community, study the Christian faith, understand what we believe as opposed to what the culture says we believe, which is usually a caricature of what we believe. Serve, give back to the world, and then give something of your resources to support worthy causes. All of those things, they're not necessarily sexy, they're not novel, they may become boring over time, but if you are committed to them, again, with that sense of a long obedience in the same direction, I am naive enough to believe that God will do amazing things through you. And you will discover, as Nietzsche says again, that your life has been, when viewed in the rearview mirror, a life worth living. It's so good to be with you. Thank you for being with me over these last 200 episodes. I look forward to 200 more. And in the meantime, be well, stay in touch, and God bless.